Monster RX93.1. It's time for the top 10 on Facebook.com/RX931. We are live and saying hello to all the monsters tuned in. Hi.
Hello.
Morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hello.
Ayun.
There you go.
There you go.
So we are doing the first batch of the top 10 for today, a Monday. It's Saan ka magaling? Saan ka palpak? Thanking Ruth Antonio for the suggestion. Let's start off with Camilo. Saan ka magaling? Saan ka palpak? Magaling sa sosyalan. Pero palpak pagdating sa pagbabayad ng utang. Like,
Ayon.
you know all the right places to go to, you know the right things to buy, the right fashion pieces, the right vacation spots, pero pagdating sa bayad ng utang ay
That's
no
so
good. No
embarrassing.
good
I'm
at
just
all. It
literally so
is.
embarrassed for those people who do that. Parang, talaga ba?
Mm-mm. Tsaka diba, you can imagine the people you owe money to. They will
Yeah.
be seeing all of your posts and they're like, what's
Hmm.
up with that? Why are you spending so
Tapos
much
hindi ka
on
makabayad.
everything? Hindi ka makabayad ng utang, di ba? Parang cringy. Uh, Are you guys talking? How come we can't hear you
We can't
at
hear
all?
you.
We can't hear you. Rica's
I can
gone
hear
and we can't hear
Chico.
Markki. Yeah, we can hear each other.
No, but with
What happened to
Rica
Team
not
Boost?
here, it means we're not live on air. Because it's the computer. If that computer isn't connected, we can't be heard on air.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Back.
we can't hear them. Okay,
Now
there you
you're
go.
back.
We're
Okay.
back.
You're
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Okay, there. Whew. Okay, we lost you there for a while. Okay, so next up, coming from I Am Onig, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Magaling maging jowa, palpak maging asawa. You know, I hear this happens a
Oh,
lot. Like,
okay.
not just one person, not just one person, but like a couple. Yung parang they were doing so well. Like, no major problems. And everyone was doing fine. Tapos biglang they get married and everything changes. I've heard of cases like that. I don't know where it's
But you
coming
can't
from though.
blame, you also can't blame the institution of marriage for
That's
things
true.
falling apart.
Mm.
You just blame the individual. It's because, somebody just isn't the same person anymore, right? Or
But
minsan, yun, nabababae na, nanlalalaki na.
ako naman naisip ko, maybe because we put that label and there are a lot of expectations when you're a boyfriend and when you're a husband. When in fact, dapat wala naman talagang mag-iiba because that is your relationship. And if that works for you and it doesn't, parang hindi nagko-comply sa mga usual expectations of being a married couple, then why not, right? Yun nga, dun siya nagfa-fall apart. When you feel like you're not being a quote-unquote husband, when you should just be yourself. You're
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
couple.
Or it's also maybe because like in a relationship, there's always a way out. In a marriage, it's so hard to get
It's
out of it.
forever.
It's forever. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe the person wasn't ready yet and now can't handle the situation that's more permanent than it was before.
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's
Mm.
why I know Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, who've been like together forever. Like,
For
kung gaano
decades.
katagal na sila, for decades na talaga. And they're still not married. And, they were saying nga na parang they're just scared that for whatever reason, I mean, obviously they get along, right? They've been together for decades. And we're talking about not just boyfriend, girlfriend, like they live together, they're together 24/7. And yet they're afraid that if they make it official, if they make it a marriage, that things will fall apart. May ganun silang
Parang we might jinx
something.
it. So wag
We
na
might
lang.
jinx
Why
it. Yeah.
why change, why fix something that isn't broken? Yan yung
Yeah.
mga linyahan.
You know what?
Mm-mm.
Sometimes even in relationships, a lot of people are like, "Hey, why don't you just get into a relationship with a person that you probably have a good kind of friendship with, right?" Sometimes it's better to just keep it as a friendship because maybe there are things that the significant other does that doesn't really make it feel like a relationship. Maybe they're not ready to have a commitment with just you and they just want to hang out with other people and you hang out with other people, but you have a great thing going on between both of you. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, relationship, the word relationship now is very different from what it was before. It can apply to a whole scale of different friendships,
Mhm.
relationships, soulmates, partners, open relationships. Everyone has their own way of defining their relationship.
I
Don't
was
box it in one thing.
I was watching a movie this weekend na parang ang premise nung movie was successful siya sa career, successful siya in every other aspect of her life except for the relationship. So hindi pa siya kinakasal. And I was thinking, how come movies portray it that way, no? All the time na feeling nila they're not accomplished because they're not married despite all of their accomplishments in other aspects of their life. And ako kasi naniniwala ko that that's not the only accomplishment that you can have, especially in a relationship, 'di ba?
Mm.
So ayun, ako yun lang yung that's what I believe in. And it's
Yeah.
just so sad that we see it in movies all the time na,
Yeah.
'di ba?
2020 ba yung release date niyang pinanood mo? Baka naman 2001 pa yan.
Ano ba 'to, yung movie with Jennifer Lopez and Vanessa Hudgens, na anak niya si Vanessa Hudgens? Yung parang long lost
They have
child
a
niya.
movie?
Yeah, for
I
some
didn't know they
reason.
had a movie.
My
Akala ko,
mom was watching it.
sabi mo Jennifer Lopez, akala ko sasabihin mo, si yung movie ni Jennifer Lawrence.
Lauren! Yung
Si
yung
Jennifer Lawrence.
Hunger Games.
Kala ko si Jennifer Love Hewitt. Di
Love
pala.
Hewitt.
Love Hewitt! Ang pangit.
Yes.
And from Kij, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Magaling magluto, pag exact ang measurements, recipes. Palpak, pag lahat, puro tansya lang. Alam mo, this is me. I mean, I don't cook. But like, if I were to cook, I'm the kind na, because I am very inexperienced, you have to tell me everything. As in like, to the teaspoon, to the... Tas, kompleto ako. Meron akong measuring cup, meron akong, yung ano yun? Spoon, measuring spoon, or whatever
Measuring
you call it.
spoons.
Yeah, measuring spoon.
But,
I can't. Don't ask me to estimate, please. You have
oh,
to give me the
but
exact.
you start off that way usually. And then once, you've had several dishes, you've accomplished several dishes already, you can try to do it without following a recipe anymore.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
I
you'll be
feel
Kasi
like
nila,
successful.
ano eh.
And I feel
Yeah.
like dun nanggagaling yung great recipes that we have now because they strayed away from the traditional recipe that
My
we had before, diba?
Yeah.
I don't know. My problem is now when I create a dish, I don't write it down. So I just like
Sometimes you
smell
can't recreate it.
and figure it out based on smell because of what we have in the cupboard. And then after that, I can't recreate it. I can't make another version of it. I mean, I can make a similar version, but it's not the same as what I did before.
I
That's
know what
why
you
when I
mean,
was
Marky. That's
yeah,
happened to me also. I
I was
forget.
told
Sometimes I
I was
forget
told
na.
recently to write it down or to record myself while I'm doing it and just
Mm.
say it out loud so that I have a version of it. If you're not someone who likes to write things down, just record yourself while you're cooking.
You don't have to tell me twice. My diary's on my phone. Voice notes all day long.
So you can share those.
No! Of course not.
Well, your cooking journal.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Pero yun sa diary ko.
Ah, pass
So,
muna pass.
so weird.
Yeah.
Somebody told me nga, na parang, ay, kung ganun daw ako yung ma-measure, I might succeed more in baking more than cooking. Kasi
Yes.
diba sa
Yeah.
baking, parang, mini-measure mo talaga everything as opposed to ulam na you don't really like have to be exact. You
Yeah,
can to
baking
taste.
is
I super hate that. Pag yung nasa to taste. Wag to taste. You have to tell me exactly how much.
Siyempre, ikaw bahala kung anong panglasa mo, di ba?
Yeah.
well, I mean, baking to a certain extent. I mean, if you're an inexperienced baker, obviously if you follow the recipe, it's easier than if you follow a recipe for meat, right? But as it goes along, wait, may
Go
echo.
ahead.
But as it goes along, it's also good to be able to experiment when you bake. Hala.
Yeah,
Sorry, may echo.
actually, That's what I learned from watching the ano nga ba yun? Everyday cooking from YouTube. Basta parang run by Martha Stewart yun eh. Kasi every step of the way, nilalagyan ng salt nung chef lagi. So breading may salt and pepper. Tapos yung chicken mismo may salt and pepper. Kasi apparently like their explanation was every layer needs to be well seasoned.
Yeah.
Kasi ang pangit naman na ang salty or may lasa yung breading, tas yung chicken sa loob wala. 'Di ba?
Okay,
Yeah.
gets.
Yeah.
So it's
Mm-mm.
important to put in every layer. That's
Mm-mm.
what I do actually to my popcorn. When I put
Mm.
truffle oil and pepper, it's just the first layer and then truffle oil. Second layer. Kasi if you put butter right on top, sometimes it doesn't get to the bottom and if you start eating right away, you eat all the butter right away and at the bottom it's just plain salt. So it's important to put layers talaga.
And from Green and Jam, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Magaling mag-copy-paste, palpak sa pag-remove ng source. Ayun, huli. Alam mo yung pati yung footnotes
Huling-huli
kasama.
naman.
Di ba there are
Huli yun.
websites now where when you copy the text tas paste mo, lalabas yung mismong
Yeah.
source.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Formerly, Jesse naman says, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Prides himself as a rational thinker. Pero naniniwala sa horoscopes. Yeah, it's one of those things, no? Parang,
Alam mo, horoscope, medyo, it's a little, I find it fun pa eh, to read horoscopes and information about our signs and all that. Ang hindi ko talaga bet anything psychic, manghuhula, yung mga ganun.
yeah.
Never
Mm-mm.
ko siyang nagets. Because I know
Mm-mm.
some people are super into it, and the people who are super into it are super into it. Talagang, di ba, they make it a point to have a reading and all that. And I don't know, I just never got it. I've had a couple maybe, and maybe I'm just super skeptical talaga to begin with, but I don't get it. I'm like, no, you're wrong. No, nothing you're saying makes sense. Parang ganun lagi.
Eh, kasi
I
nga,
don't
di ba,
know.
rebel ka? Rebel kid. Yeah.
Kung
I
ako
don't know
yung
if that's being a
manghuhula mo,
rebel, but
kung ako yung manghuhula mo, Hazel, sabihin ko ganito, okay, ang nakikita ko, hindi ka maniniwala sa kahit anong sasabihin ko.
alam mo dapat
Perfect.
ihula sa akin para sure ako na na maniwala ako. And alam mo, iha, nakikita ko, malilate ka. Ayun, maniniwala ako. Malilate ka sa trabaho. Ay, ang galing ng manghuhula.
Ay, hindi ko kailangan ng manghuhula. Alam mo kung sino ang i-consult ko?
Sino?
HR natin.
Grabe! Alam mo, bukas, Chico, Garcia, unahan kita, makikita mo eh.
That's
Gulatin kita
talaga,
bukas
ha?
kaya.
Challenge
ha?
accepted.
Sige. Challenge
let's have a-
Paano pag naunahan kita? Bigyan mo ako ng incentive. Anong mapapala ko pag naunahan kita bukas?
Libre nga yung coffee mo.
Pag mamomol kayo ni Lisa Vanderpump.
Wow! As in.
Dapat, coffee. Libre nga yung coffee mo.
Chico,
Libre
hindi
niya talaga
libre
yung
ka na,
coffee
no?
ko kasi ako nagbayad ng coffee niya last time.
Si Rica ang sasagot ng coffee mo.
Ay, wow!
Let's
Sige.
make bets. Let's make
Puntahan
bets.
mo ako sa
Fantasy League.
Ah, sige.
Will Hazel be
Dapat
on
may
time?
time. Dapat yung may
We've got a
time.
time.
Ay,
Okay,
wow!
ano yung time? What time?
Grabe.
Ako,
We
5:59.
can't let her know because if we let her know, she's gonna come at
Sige. Dapat tayong tatlo lang.
Oo,
Yeah.
we'll make a group.
Ito
You're
maganda yun.
putting too much
Ito yung
faith in
maganda,
me.
no? Yung kailangan pa natin mag-fantasy league para lang mapapunta ng maaga.
Hoy, grabe kayo! Di totoo. Boss, hindi totoo yan. Huwag kayong maniwala dyan.
We have to challenge.
kailangan pa
accepted.
natin may pustahan, kailangan may pera involved para natin mapapasok.
Para maunahan si Chico lang. Di naman para maging on time.
And from Ion Onig, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Palpak man ako kay X, promise, gagalingan ko sa'yo. Yun ang
That's the
sabi
hope
mo eh.
every time,
That's the hope.
right?
That is the
That's the
hope.
hope.
With every new relationship, you always hope na you do better.
And that could be the case for the first part of your relationship. Diba?
Pero ang hassle lang
Diba?
nun, no, parang it's so sad for the ex. Parang I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians over the weekend, and it basically focused on Chloe and Tristan's relationship. This was post the Jordan drama. Parang 1 year na sila na hiwalay. But they're just co-parenting pretty much. And because of COVID, they were quarantining together. Tapos si Tristan basically wants Chloe back. Like he's still in love with her. But she's like, I love you. I will always love you. Am I in love with you? No, not right now. And then she's like, I just question why you're being everything I wanted you to be when we were together. Now that we're no longer together. So ang reservations niya of giving him another chance is, what if I give you another chance? Tapos babalik ka lang din dun sa dati mong ugali. Parang kumbaga, what if you're just being that way because you don't have me?
Because, yeah,
And
exactly.
Di ba parang ganun? Yun nga, yung parang
Makes
once
sense.
you lose someone, parang biglang you're gonna do everything na gusto niyang gawin mo dahil wala na siya.
Yeah,
Mame-maintain mo ba ang tanong?
exactly.
And
That's true. That's true.
the top, Saan Ka Magaling, Saan Ka Palpak, comes from Jungkook's Girl and Avi CJ and Ricky Yu.
They all say,
Jungkook's Girl says, magaling mag-improve sa ideas ng iba, palpak mag-isip ng original concept. When you think about it, it doesn't matter who did it first. What matters is who did it better. And maraming ganyan, ha? Like the ones that became really successful, they just improved on somebody else's idea. I mean, yeah, unfortunately. Maraming shows dyan, di ba? Yung merong show na pinalabas, nobody watched it, and then somebody else saw that, improved on it, tapos sila yung naging hit. Di ba? Ang daming
Yeah.
ganyan eh. It happens all the time. And coming from Avi CJ and Ricky Yu, magaling ako mag-drive pero palpak naman sa parking. Alam mo yung mga pagdating sa parallel parking or yung mga papasok ka pero puwet una, yung mga ganyan. So, yeah, a lot of people are good with driving but parking is another thing altogether. So,
Ako, I
there
can't
you go.
parallel
Yeah.
park talaga.
Yeah, si Rica can't
I don't know.
I
parallel park.
cannot. I
Talaga?
don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody has to teach me.
Oh.
Ano. I just, kapag parallel parking na lang yung nandun, I go out of the parking area.
ikaw, Chico, pag nagde-drive, pag nagpa-park ka ba, ano ba, inuuna mo ba yung puwet mo? Gusto mo na nauna?
Yeah. Ay, wait. Or parking.
Of course.
Yeah!
We're talking about parking!
Oo.
Bakit?
Yes,
Ano pa ba?
Hindi, oo. Sa parking, oo. Kasi nga, para madali nang lumabas. Siyempre, pag puwet una.
Una
Mas
puwet.
madali, oo. At mas madali mag-park.
Dire-diretso
Mas
ka
madali
na.
mag-park kapag puwet muna, di ba?
Well, actually, it's
It's easier.
harder. Pero for me, I'd rather have a harder time sa start kesa yung
Then,
papalabas.
pagtapos na.
Kasi, di ba? At least,
You know what?
papalabas. Ala, ano nangyari?
Pag
You know
papalabas,
what?
mabilis na.
Mabilis na.
Mabilis na. Smooth,
You know-
madulas, di ba?
You know what would be easier, Rica, to learn how to parallel park properly? Find the parking slot that's parallel parking. My parking slot at home is
Oo nga eh.
parallel park. That's the
No,
easiest
that's what
way
I'm
to learn.
avoiding.
Yeah, but that's how you learn.
But I don't
If you're
want
giving
to.
the challenge.
That's the deal. I don't want to.
Bigyan mo ng incentive, Markki. Pag gumaling mag-parallel parking, itutuloy na bang halikan sa Strata 2000?
Halikan sa parking.
Gumawa
Halikan
tayo
sa
ng,
parallel
ng
parking.
scene.
Sa Trinoma mo siya turuan, mag-park.
Oo.
Sa Glorieta Security.
Sa Glorieta.
Oo,
Oo.
doon.
Ay, sa Glorieta. So there you go, the top 10. Saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak. If you've got entries, one more batch coming up. Team Booth will be playing a couple of songs and maybe a break, but we will stay on Facebook Live.
I'm running out of battery. Aray.
Ay. Ala, 9:41 na. Hala, ba't pareho kaming buwis
An-
buwisit talaga 'to,
ano?
buwisit talaga. Tignan mo naman, ang ginawa nilang
Ano?
rin, Chris Pratt din yung nila.
Ay,
Ang daya!
bakit?
Akin lang yan, eh. Ang daya talaga.
Sorry ka, hindi daw sa'yo yan.
Rica, palitan mo yan.
Grabe, may pagbabanta yung tono.
Ay, kasi, dibs, naunahan na nga sa totoong buhay, pati ba naman sa Avatar, maunahan pa.
Ginagaya pa yung avatar. Grabe.
Oo, ang daya.
Ang pogi
Okay
niya dyan
po.
sa avatar na yan.
Thanks.
Maka-thanks.
Nakakainis. Ang
Cutie
daya
pie siya
talaga.
dyan.
Bakit kasi inagawan ako ng Avatar, nakakabwisit talaga.
Palitan mo yung sayo, gawin mong RM.
Hindi, gagawin ko Shantidote. Walang kwenta.
Oh,
Gawin mong IDF. Gusto mo ba sendan kita ng picture?
Okay, bigyan mo ako ng picture, tapos yun ang ilalagay ko dito.
online.
Uy, so Erica, hi. Sabi niya, how do you feel about the Gossip Girl reboot? Well, I doubt it's gonna be as good as the OG Gossip Girl, but am I gonna watch it? 100%. Yes, I'm watching it for sure.
Ay, alam mo,
Wala, ba't
tigilan niyo ako,
na-OP
ha?
ako?
Palitan niyo yung mga...
Hindi ko mapalitan yung picture ko, guys. Sorry. OP ako. I can't change mine.
Sa akin.
Palitan niyo yan, ha? Nakakainis kayo.
Nakakaasar talaga kayo.
Itong dalawa, nakakaasar. Tuloy tatlo na yung Chris Pratt.
Ano naging Chris Pratt yung sa akin? Actually, how does this work?
O yun, palitan ko daw. Gawin ko si Camille. Si Camille Pratt.
Ay,
Yes?
Ano nangyari?
O, bakit full, screen
Ayun,
yung isa? Okay.
Ay, nako. Mga agaw ng Avatar.
I can't change mine.
I wanna change mine nga eh. Wait, how do I do this?
Oh, I
Can I handle ba
can!
daw?
I can!
Can I handle ba daw 3 Chris Pratts? Ay, parang G.
Ay, ayaw na niya mag-upload.
Ay,
Boo, you have to log in or sign up to upload more avatars. Okay, guess not.
para daw Among Us. Parang
Imposter.
Among Us, may imposter.
Ay, meron tayong ganap.
Ay, okay, sige.
At what point?
So, paano to? Ano bang gagawin? Okay, sige. Sure.
Now
Okay,
na
Docs.
ba? Okay, signal niya tayo. Paano?
Chill intro. Mag-intro ka na lang, Rica.
Give me a second. Where is that? Okay, found it.
Okay.
Okay.
La la la.
Okay.
La 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 la. La la la. Okay.
Si Catherine na siya, nakakaasar.
Ay, whatever.
Switching my positions for you. Aray ko. God.
Guluhin natin sila, no? Imaginein mo yung kunyari si Rica, ang avatar niya si Chris Pratt.
Tapos, ikaw si Lisa Vanderpump.
Lisa Vanderpump. Yung parang magulo sila kung sino yung nagsasalita.
Who's who?
Who's who?
Uy! I love Kristen Chenoweth. Nag-tweet siya ng tinweet niya si Lisa na parang, at Lisa, I just want you to know that I adore you. Parang something like that. Grabe! Puma-fangirl.
Ang cute naman.
I like her more now.
Parang diva fangirling over another diva.
I know. Go Kristen Chenoweth. Alam mo dahil dyan, finalo ko siya on Twitter. Ganda. Yung sa akin daw na avatar, Toni Collette.
What if hindi mo pinapalitan, tas automatic naging
Shut
Toni
up!
Collette? Ito na.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. That was Backyard Boar at 9:46. Team Bahay, what's up?
Yes, hello. And, speaking of Team Bahay, the very reason why we have Team Boost, Team Bahay, kasi nga, we're trying to be as safe as we can. But one of the parang problems, ang ano ko talaga, how to be extra, extra careful about getting your food. Diba? Ang hirap
Yeah,
Kaya,
ako din.
yung you don't know how do we do this, what steps do we take to make sure that the food that we get is safe. Ikaw, what goes on
kaya
in your head?
you really have to appreciate yung mga restaurants that take safety seriously. 'Di ba? Like McDonald's. Ako, nag-drive-through lang ako kagabi. They launched their own safety program called M-Safe, complete with store guidelines and protocols. And alam mo yung what's so special about them is they've always prioritized quality safety.
Yeah, like for example, no, like yung mga quality, safety, cleanliness. And because of the current situation, they've doubled their efforts pa talaga by starting with, their employees. They make sure that they're
I
healthy.
know.
Yeah. And that they're
They
always
always wear
wearing
proper
their proper
PPEs din,
PPE.
'di ba?
Totoo yan. Yeah.
And I think that's their way of keeping us the customer safe as well, 'di ba? Every branch has its own safety manager pa who makes sure that
Yeah.
their M-Safe protocols are strictly followed. Kaya ako, last night, whenever I get McDo talaga, I don't worry kasi sure ako na safe.
Yun. Ang maganda dyan, ito yung mga steps that they're taking. They also have no-touch takeout, in-store pickup, McDelivery, and drive-through. So, the great thing about it is that there is no direct contact with any crew member. Kasi nga, McDo really wants to take care of their people and their customers. Ang ganda kasi by taking care of their people and their customers, everybody's safe.
That's
Perfect.
true. I love that. Tapos, another thing I love is that they're part of the Ingat Angat campaign, which is an initiative led by the Philippines' biggest brands. And basically,
Galing.
the main goal is to empower Filipinos to safely enjoy activities outside to rebuild the economy.
Yeah, so we all want to get back on our feet, but we want to do it safely and surely. So you can actually check out the rest of their safety guidelines, watch their videos, and stay updated by liking McDonald's on Facebook. You can also follow at McDo_PH on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay, we're back.
Are we on air? Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Natawa ako sa mga comment nila. Plug pa lang, amoy mo na ang fries. Nagutom
I
sila.
know, right?
Ako,
Banging
last night I had
fries.
spaghetti. Spaghetti and Coke.
Yum, yum.
Mm-mm. Yum, yum.
Yeah.
Ay, Rica, look. I'm gonna show you something.
What?
How do you reverse the camera? Hold on. Facing back. Ano nangyayari? Carpet ko. Do you see anything?
It's a plant. It's the plant
It's
I
the
gave.
plant you gave me.
Succulent.
And it's the tray that Markki gave me last year.
Is it not dead yet? Not dead.
It takes
What?
a couple of
It's not yet dead.
It's still alive. Pero maitim na yung ilalim niya. Do I do anything? Or maitim pa talaga yung ilalim ng succulent?
You know what? I don't understand how to take care of that particular kind of succulent. I've had two already, and it just doesn't work. I don't know why.
So I guess now we can now say that we've seen on a webcam Hazel succulent. Mm.
It's a success.
Mm-mm.
It's
Okay, we're gonna
succulent.
go live on air in 1 minute.
Okay.
So just go talk. Go lang. Ika-cut off ko na
Actually,
lang.
hindi ko pa kasi nadidiligan yung succulent since Rica gave it to me. So, she gave it to me October 18. So, ano na ba? A month na. Maybe I should water it.
Di ba sabi 10 days? Tama ba?
Lampas na nga. Okay, didiligan ko na siya.
Plantita na raw si Hazel.
I don't think so. I have more fake plants. I only have this. I only have one real one from Rica.
Okay, 20 seconds.
Yeah. Our house is full of real plants.
I'm team fake plants.
I have a couple.
5%. Oh my God.
Monster RX93.1. It's time for the final batch of the top 10 with Team Bahay over on Facebook.com/RX931. Hello, Team Bahay.
Hello.
Hello.
We are here. Let's do the top 10 courtesy of Rudes Antonio. Thank you, Rudes. Saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Let's start off with Abby CJ. Magaling ako magtago ng secrets. Pero palpak, pag may money involved na. So if you bribe her, she will spill all her secrets.
Oh no, ang dali na. Ang rupok mo
Naman yan.
naman.
Ang rupok mo naman.
But it has to be
And-
like a major amount, right? It's
Has to
not
be
like
your number.
1,000 pesos, di ba?
Mm.
Dapat
Pero paano pag
okay.
yun yung kailangan mo?
Huh?
Right?
Yeah,
What
but
if
yeah,
that's
what
what
if
you
you need
need?
that amount, right? But still, hello, you're gonna spill a secret
Wawa
for that
naman.
amount. It's like,
And it depends on the secret.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because there's some secrets, di ba, that you'd like to keep.
Yeah. And coming from I am Onig, magaling lang sa mga kaibigan, pero palpak sa pamilya. Marami akong kilala na ganyan na case. Yung sa friends, they're like the most wonderful people. Tapos, so when the friends find out na tipong estranged pala sila sa family nila, and you're like, why? But, he or she, she's so wonderful, she's so nice. You can have two personalities, yung parang iba ka sa family, iba ka sa friends.
But I
I've
think maybe
seen
that's
that.
why, maybe that's why you're that way towards your friends because you're trying to overcompensate. Kasi nga, if you don't get along with your family, diba, you need another family that you
Yeah.
can call. Yung friends mo na yun, diba? So you really work extra hard to maintain those relationships.
Yung parang nag-fresh start ka with another group of people.
I think.
Coming from Juice Blank, magaling magparinig online. Palpak sa actual discussions to resolve the issues. Yan, very
Parang
timely.
you just like stirring the pot. And
Yeah,
then after that,
but-
you walk away.
Oo,
Kakainis.
yung parang, sige, manggulo lang tayo. Tapos, wala na. You're not really out to solve the problem. You just wanna create more chaos. Because Miel naman says, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Magaling sa chat, at text, palpak in person pag magkaharap na. I think, even before pa nga pandemic, this is already a problem. Lalo na now that everything is now virtual, parang feeling ko we're racing headlong into more like virtual experiences.
I feel like I'm like that.
Diba? Pakonti na
Alam
yung
mo yun,
actual interaction.
Ever since, yung parang kaya people say I'm all bark, no bite. Kasi nga, when I chat with you, when I text you, wala lang, parang hindi ko kaya yon gawin in person. The things that I say.
Yeah. I
Ah,
really think more and more, we are becoming less interactive in a person-to-person kind of way, and more interactive in a virtual, digital kind of way.
but
Well,
it's interesting. I think I'm thriving better without having conversations in person because when I have a conversation, I'm super straightforward. I'm the opposite of Hazel. Online, I tend to like
Be pa
rarely
bebe.
comment. Pabebe, yeah, that too. So
Eh,
like,
kasi maybe because also I feel like because I'm more of a writer, so when I write things, I am able to express myself
yourself
better.
better.
But
Yeah.
when it's like face to face and I have, which is weird because I talk for a living, but it's just weird when it's personal. I have a hard time just being myself and expressing how I truly feel.
true. Well, ako rin naman,
Yeah.
ako lang parang long-term effects. Parang feeling ko we become a little less human if everything
Yeah.
is on a screen, everything is on a laptop. Parang there's something about talking to somebody in person, dealing with them, the niceties that we do, but not naman the plastic niceties, but the actual, like seeing them, the body
Mhm.
language, the proximity to each other. There's something, I don't know, irreplaceable about that
It's
for
quite
me.
funny.
I can
I'll
agree
go.
with you on that, Chico, but with certain people. I remember
With
I
certain
chatted
people,
with,
yeah.
yeah, I chatted with a friend of mine, a long time friend of mine, online. Tapos alam mo yung parang feeling ko we're not connecting. Ang dami kong
Yeah,
gustong sabihin
get,
sa kanya.
get.
And I was just thinking about, we hung out 2 weeks ago. Tapos sobrang tagal namin magkasama. And I'm like, how come it can't translate well, like, or it can't be like that online?
Yeah, yeah. Gets. And coming from Tuna Mayo Boy, magaling magbigay ng compliments sa ibang tao, palpak to receive compliments. Yeah. So, like, alam mo, I would say, probably the past 5 years, ganun lang ka-recent, that was the only time that I was actually able to say thank you when somebody, dati if you give me a compliment, you're like, hey, you're looking good today. I just laugh. I can't even get myself to say thank you. Pero the past 5 years, I kind of like had to practice it. When somebody says, "Oh, I love your show. It's so wonderful," blah 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 blah. Oh, thank you. And I'm like, "Oh, see, that was easy." Parang,
Do you give a
yeah, I must
compliment back?
say,
Do you
not
give a compliment
necessarily.
back?
I mean,
Not
unless I
necessarily.
mean it. If I mean it, then I would. But I must say it's a weird thing that we feel uncomfortable sometimes
Yeah. Ako
receiving
din.
compliments. Yeah.
That's so true. You know, when that happened to me before, when people would say that to me, I would well, when people would say, "Hey, you're looking good today" or whatever, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm not actually feeling my best," or I'd say something negative.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now I've
true.
learned to say thank you because,
Yeah,
like, I don't know,
and I
there's just
realize
something
it's the
about it.
simplest thing, di ba?
It's not because you have I know issues. It's more the fact that it's hard to accept the compliments.
Mm-mm.
Mhm, mhm.
Sometimes
Yeah.
But
it
I
also
really
depends
actually,
on who it comes from.
yeah.
If it comes from a
Kasi
person
pag
that
kunyari,
you're not expecting it to come from, medyo you're caught off guard. Gets ko din yun eh.
kasi like for
Kunwari
example,
si
kunyari sabihin sa
kunwari
akin
si
ng crush
ano,
ko,
oo,
sige,
nung
ano, okay na sabihin sa akin ng crush ko na parang, oh, Chico, you're looking good today, ah. I'd be like,
Go.
why? Why do you say that? Why would you?
Ah, hey Chico, you're looking very good today.
Markki, ha?
Ay, ganda.
Markki, ha?
Wala na talagang
Yay!
team bahay bukas, sinasabi ko sa inyo.
Our mics will
Wala.
be off
Pagdating ko dyan,
tomorrow.
sira na yung computer dyan for sure. Disconnected. Ganon.
Ikaw, ikaw, Marky, pag linagay ko yung crush mo sa avatar ko, headline ka bukas. Headline ka bukas. Sige ka. You can play at this
Remember,
game, you
Markki,
know?
can't take it, don't dish
You
it
know what?
out!
I can take it, but it's
Don't
the crush.
dish it out.
Patay
It's the crush
tayo
that probably
dyan.
won't be able to take
Patay
it.
tayo dyan.
Ganon na
You're
lang
gonna get
dapat yung
screwed.
avatar. Alam mo yon parang kanya-kanyang kung kani-kaninong crush. Pero like, walang magsasabi kung kaninong crush
Oo.
yon. Basta bigla na lang may mga picture kayong makikita na parang, sino kaya yon? Kaninong crush kaya yon?
Mm.
Oo nga.
Sisendan
Oh.
ko na kayo ng mga pics.
Mm-mm. And Coming from Wildfire, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Magaling kay kumare, palpak kay misis. Ay, bad yan. Bad yan, bad yan. And the top, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak, comes from Avi CJ and Archer Aguilar.
They both say,
Avi CJ says, magaling sa backstabbing at cryptic tweets. Pero tiklop naman sa face-to-face confrontations. Yung magaling lang pag virtual. Yung mga sa Twitter, sa Facebook. Pero pag nagkaharap na kayo, suddenly, ang among tupa. Diba? Na ang bait-bait.
Speaking of cryptic tweets, I sent one after, I don't actually know when was the last time I sent a cryptic tweet. Alam mo yung parang, that was just a day na hindi ko kaya just to keep it all in. So I had to send a cryptic tweet. It felt uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Pero parang after that,
But you had to do it.
I had to
O yan
do it.
tuloy. Nakakainis to si Markki. Meron kasi tayong top entry kay Archer Egleng. Hindi ko na awkward na akong basahin.
basahin mo na yan!
Fine. Kasi ginawa ko na eh. Kanina pa to naka-top entry tapos biglang buwisit talaga tong Markki na to. Anyway, Archer Aguilar said, saan ka magaling, saan ka palpak? Magaling ako sa I'm drunk, pero palpak sa I love you.
Pero, kung iisipin mo, mas madaling mag-I love you when you're drunk. Diba?
Wala na. Na-awkward na ako.
Ang tanong, kailan ba natin yayayain sa sa isang inuman or something? Parang guesting na may inuman.
Alam nga namang, ba't naman siya sa samo?
Alam mo,
Nakakainis ako, bebe!
we don't have time for your pabebe. 10:03 na, guys.
Kasi diba, bakit naman siya sa samo?
Sabi ni Mika, yung kaartehan ni Chico abot dito hanggang Quezon.
Grabe kayo! Grabe kayo! Oh, sige, anyway.
Go na,
What about us?
Ako, with driving pa din. Magaling ako mag-drive ng sarili kong car, but when it comes to another person's car, sobrang lagi, as in 100% of the time, pag nagdadrive ako ng car ng iba, either nasasangga ko or ang pangit ko pag humps. Oo! As in, it's happened to me multiple times. I don't know, I think I get nervous.
Yeah.
Pero,
No, ganyan din ako. Pero hindi naman nasasangge. I'm more of like, I'm extra OA careful pag hindi ko kotse.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I'm good at giving. I like to give gifts, but I'm not very good at receiving gifts. I don't know why. It's one of those
It's like
things
the compliment. It's like the compliment.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
like
same
compliment.
thing. You get uncomfortable.
It's different. I mean, if it's my parents, it's fine because I've been receiving gifts from them for years. But like gifts from friends, it's like, oh, thank you. But part of me is like, do I deserve this? There's part of I don't. There's a part of me inside that says, do I deserve this gift? How am I supposed to repay this gift? Like now I owe them something. It's just a part of me that I don't understand.
True.
Okay.
Sige, you can go first.
Bye.
Okay, magaling sa paano ba to? Pag sariling mga activities or introspection, yun na lang. Magaling sa introspection. Palpak sa networking or like, you know what I mean? Networking skills.
Yeah.
Hindi yung magkakapit tayo na networking level but like networking, making friends with people I should be making friends with. Medyo hindi ako masyadong magaling doon. I have to admit. It's a weakness.
Siguro as a collector, I would say magaling sa collecting, mahina sa selling. Because that is really part of the hobby. I mean, like 99.99% of collectors, they will buy, tapos in order to get another one, they would sell. For the funds then, diba? And that's the smart collector. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. Buy, 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 buy. It's so hard for me to sell. I don't even know where to start. So yeah, that's the downside. Kaya naging pack rat ako. Ang nangyari, pasok lahat, walang palabas. So boo-hoo for me as a collector because I really need to start selling. Yeah.
I wonder kung may zombie apocalypse, pwede ka gumawa ng wall around your house. Puro
And,
boxes lang of your statues.
No,
Would that
around the
work?
village. Kaya ko around the
Around the
village.
village.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh, I'm shocked.
As in. So, there you go. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. It's a Monday. Yay!
Happy Monday,
And
everybody.
dumili-
That's it. Okay.
And dumili
See you
mo na ako.
tomorrow. Mauna ako si
okay.
Chico.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's it for the morning now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.